A leaked script document just confirmed the worst nightmare for every Deadpool fan on the planet. Marvel is reportedly about to do something so brutal, so unceremonious, that entire talent agencies are said to be in a quiet panic behind closed doors. Ryan Reynolds' Merc with a Mouth, the character he spent a decade fighting to bring into this universe, may get wiped out before the movie's opening title card even finishes fading in. And the man responsible for burying him? Robert Downey Jr., wearing a mask that isn't Tony Stark's anymore. Hey everyone, welcome back to Amelia Brown. Today we're breaking down the leaked Avengers Doomsday opening. The cold open Marvel allegedly built to destroy legacy heroes before the movie even really starts. Let's get into it.
Have dinner with a bunch of the Marvel folks last night.
Phone call from my team saying there's a rumor Downey's talking to Marvel. And I was like, all of a sudden it felt right.
Too much of that and it turns into a cacophonous improv fest, and like, okay, I get it.
What an incredible 20 years it has been for you and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and as one of its founding members and most important collaborators.
A quiet, devastating panic has reportedly gripped major Hollywood talent agencies after a classified script document leaked online, revealing that Marvel Studios is preparing to execute the most brutal, unceremonious character sideline in comic book movie history. And the character on the chopping block isn't some background variant nobody cares about. It's Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds' signature role, the character that took him over a decade to finally drag into this franchise, may be getting brutally cut short right out of the gate. You don't spend 10 years fighting your way into a franchise just to get erased in the first 3 minutes of it. According to wild reports spreading across scooper circles, Avengers Doomsday allegedly opens with a catastrophic cold open targeting Tobey Maguire's original Sam Raimi Spider-Man universe, dragging Deadpool, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and Michael Fassbender's Magneto into a high-stakes multiversal meat grinder where they get swept aside almost instantly. Not a slow build-up, not a heroic last stand, a wipeout right at the start before audiences even settle into their seats. Marvel didn't just write these legacy heroes into the movie. Reports say they wrote them in just to write them out. Here's where it gets even more brutal. Industry chatter indicates Robert Downey Jr., stepping into this franchise as the terrifying Doom rather than Tony Stark, has allegedly been given massive creative oversight to completely purge the crossover of meta-comedy, fourth wall breaks, and lighthearted satire. Translation: studio power players reportedly wanted to make sure Ryan Reynolds' entire signature style doesn't dilute the apocalyptic tone they're building around Doom. So the fix, according to leaks, was simple and merciless. Silence the Merc with a Mouth in the very first minutes of the runtime. When a studio decides your comedy is the problem, the character built on comedy is the one who pays for it. This isn't framed as a random plot twist. Insiders claim it's tactical. Throwing Deadpool, Wolverine, and Magneto into this brutal sequence reportedly serves one specific purpose: proving immediately that legacy universes are not safe from destruction, setting a mercilessly dark tone before the main plot even begins. Online rumor mills suggest directors Joe and Anthony Russo deliberately designed the sequence to strip away any safety net of self-aware humor, signaling to the audience, right out of the gate, that comedy hour is officially over. This wasn't collateral damage. Reports say this was the plan from page one. Naturally, when word got out that fan-favorite variants might get dealt with this fast, social media erupted. Some fans call it a brilliant subversion. Marvel finally jolting an audience grown too comfortable with plot armor. Others call it reckless, wondering if sidelining Ryan Reynolds' witty warrior this quickly wastes an incredible opportunity for dynamic interactions across the roster. Either way, the debate alone tells you how much is riding on this decision. When half the internet calls it genius and the other half calls it a mistake, you know the stakes are real. Even the leaks themselves hint at a possible escape hatch. Unconfirmed reports suggest that even if these legacy heroes face immediate devastation in the cold open, the sprawling infinite canvas of the multiverse always leaves room for temporal anomalies, variant resurfaces, or dramatic 11th hour reappearances later in the film or its sequels. So this may not be a true ending for Deadpool, just an incredibly brutal opening beat. In a universe built on infinite timelines, dead has never really meant dead, but reports say it will still feel like it in the moment. And here's the part that's really got people talking. Ryan Reynolds, known for his non-stop social media presence and razor-sharp self-deprecation, has said absolutely nothing to confirm or deny whether his time in the red and black suit is about to hit an abrupt ceiling. No joke, no denial, no cheeky meme deflecting the story the way he always does. Entertainment journalists point out that major studio contracts typically carry strict non-disclosure agreements around shocking opening acts. But for a man who jokes about everything, this silence feels louder than anything he could have said. When the loudest guy in Hollywood suddenly goes quiet, that silence is the story. And here's the detail fans keep replaying. Buried in old promo footage is Ryan himself, half-joking, saying, "I want to be an Avenger." At the time, it played as a throwaway punchline, classic Reynolds, poking fun at his own franchise envy. Now, with this leak circulating, that same line hits completely differently. If these reports are accurate, he may have gotten his wish in the most brutal way possible, an Avenger for exactly one scene, before the movie decides it's done with him. Be careful what you joke about wanting, Marvel might actually give it to you on its own terms. Diving deeper, insiders say Robert Downey Jr.'s return as Doom represents a complete paradigm shift in how crossover villains get built. Instead of a slow multi-film build-up, the creative team reportedly wanted one immediate, visceral display of raw power, stripping away the light-hearted sheen of recent multiverse movies entirely. When characters who felt invincible, an experienced warrior like Wolverine, a reality-hopping satirist like Deadpool, suddenly can't joke their way out of an apocalyptic incursion, the emotional stakes reportedly skyrocket instantly. Doom wasn't built to share the spotlight with a punchline. He was built to erase it. Online forums are already flooded with theories comparing this cold open directly to Thanos snapping his fingers in Infinity War. Except this time, insiders say it's aimed even more personally at fans of legacy non-MCU franchises, systematically dissolving beloved universes before the main title card even drops. Critics of this direction argue that sacrificing characters carrying this much commercial goodwill risks alienating casual fans who bought tickets specifically for the comedic pairings they were promised. Thanos erased half the universe. This reportedly erases the fun before the movie even earns the right to. Hollywood trade reports suggest the studio is banking heavily on shock value to generate unprecedented word of mouth. If audiences walk out of theaters talking about how Doom dismantled fan-favorite heroes in the first 10 minutes, Marvel reportedly considers that a win box office controversy as marketing strategy. It's a massive gamble, and insiders admit it could just as easily backfire if the fans who show up expecting comedy and legacy nostalgia feel blindsided instead. Turning your fans' heartbreak into your own marketing campaign is either genius or the riskiest bet Marvel has made in years. Here's the pattern worth remembering. When the Infinity Saga concluded, fans anticipated major losses, but few predicted the permanent retirement of foundational pillars like Tony Stark and Natasha Romanoff. Now, as the franchise pivots toward the multiverse saga, insiders say the scale of destruction has expanded exponentially, from planetary threats to the total erasure of entire alternate realities. Introducing a villain of Doom's caliber reportedly requires this level of ruthlessness, because you cannot establish an extinction-level threat through dialogue alone. You have to show it. Marvel didn't just raise the stakes this time. Reports say they rewrote what stakes even means. The logistical challenge behind all of this cannot be overstated. Blending Fox's gritty X-Men iterations, Sony's historic web-slinger franchise, and the core MCU continuity into one coherent story requires filtering out tonal incompatibilities before they fracture the emotional core of the film. Meta-commentary and fourth-wall humor work brilliantly in standalone Deadpool movies, where the entire goal is pure entertainment. But that same humor becomes a massive obstacle the moment you're trying to build a suffocating atmosphere of dread. So insiders say the creative team funneled all of that comedic energy into one frantic opening sequence, let it explode, and then cleared the board entirely for something heavier. You can't build genuine dread in a room that keeps cracking jokes. So reports say Marvel decided to clear the room first. Behind-the-scenes whispers suggest the creative friction between preserving fan service expectations and delivering a genuinely serious narrative led to numerous script revisions and intense storyboard planning sessions. Directors Joe and Anthony Russo, known for meticulously balancing sprawling ensemble casts in past crossover epics, are reportedly leaning hard into practical tension and real consequence this time. If these unconfirmed reports hold any weight, every single character appearance, no matter how brief, has allegedly been calculated to serve one theme: impending, absolute loss. When even the writers can't agree on how much comedy survives, you know the tone war behind the scenes was real. As public anticipation hits fever pitch, the implications reach far beyond this one movie. Studios across Hollywood are reportedly watching closely to see how audiences respond to a gamble this daring. In an era defined by franchise fatigue and predictable blockbuster formulas, if Marvel successfully pulls off a ruthless, high-stakes cold open that redefines the rules of superhero mortality without alienating its core fanbase, insiders say it could establish an entirely new benchmark for how massive multi-studio crossovers get launched going forward. This isn't just a gamble on one movie anymore. Reports say it's a test case for every crossover that comes after it. Whether this rumored cold open carnage plays out exactly as leaked, or turns out to be an elaborate misdirection designed to throw the internet off the scent, one reality remains undeniable: Marvel is taking a massive gamble on a darker, deadlier tone than anything in the franchise's history. As official trailers and promotional rollouts get closer, every frame is going to get dissected for clues about whether Ryan Reynolds' wisecracking mercenary is truly destined for an early doom at the hands of Robert Downey Jr.'s formidable new alter ego. The rules of the game are officially being rewritten, and reports say no legacy character gets to assume they're safe anymore. So here's where it stands: a leaked script pointing to Deadpool, Wolverine, and Magneto getting brutally sidelined in the opening minutes. A calculated decision, reportedly made at the highest levels, to clear the runway for Robert Downey Jr.'s doom. And Ryan Reynolds, the man who never stays quiet about anything, saying absolutely nothing at all. So tell me, do you think Marvel is really about to kill the comedy off in the first 10 minutes to make Doom feel unstoppable? Or is this whole leak an elaborate smokescreen designed to mess with all of us? Drop your theory in the comments, I want to hear it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. This is Amelia Brown. I'll see you in the next video.